Hi, my name is Mel, and I'm going to talk about that nothing fails like war. War is going to be the most pointless thing in that humans do because it destroys far more than it will ever create, and the problems it claims to solve almost always return in worse forms. At its core, war is a failure of imagination, diplomacy, and human empathy. Why does war fail at solving problems? War can look like a solution only because it forces an outcome through violence and domination. But violence doesn't resolve any of the underlying causes, it just buries them under trauma. Conflicts don't disappear, they mutate. Borders can be redrawn, governments toppled, enemies killed, but resentment, fear, and injustice remain. These eventually resurface, and they may resurface elsewhere in a different form. War creates new grievances. Every civilian death, every destroyed home, every displaced family becomes a seed for future conflict. Violence can't change beliefs. You can bomb infrastructure, but you cannot bomb ideology, identity, or culture. These persist long after any fighting stops. The winners rarely win in any sense. Even the side that claims victory can inherit economic collapse, veterans with trauma, political instability, and global distrust. The cost of war always outweighs the gain. War consumes resources that could have solved the original issues peacefully. Lives lost, civilians, soldiers, children. Economies destroyed, decades of development are wiped out. Infrastructure is ruined, like hospitals, schools, and water systems. Generations traumatized, PTSD, displacement, broken families, refugees, and migrants. Even when a war ends, the cost always continues on for decades and decades. War destabilizes entire regions. War never stays contained, it spills over. Refugee crisis, famine, disease, extremist groups filling power vacuums, global economic shocks. The conflict between two nations can destabilize an entire continent. War is emotionally satisfying to leaders, but it is not effective. Many wars start because leaders might want revenge, prestige, political distraction, control over resources, or ideological dominance. These are emotional impulses that are dressed up as necessity, but emotional decisions will rarely produce any rational outcomes. What actually solves problems? Things that create lasting peace are the opposite of war. Things like diplomacy, economic cooperation, justice systems, education, good health, free healthcare, free housing, food that and resources shared, equity will do it, shared interest, cultural exchange, addressing inequality and oppression. These deal with root causes, not symptoms. The deeper truth, war is beyond pointless because it tries to fix human problems by breaking humans. You cannot build trust with bombs. You cannot create stability through fear. You cannot create or force peace through suffering. War is destruction and pretending to be a solution. Why do people still choose war over, psychology, economics, or ideology? Usually it's one of those reasons. But, as I said, war does not solve any issues. And I just think we've all had enough of war. Let's try helping and supporting each other instead. Thank you.